So how can you address them? And then, how do your solution innovatively remove the pain and solve the problem? Okay. Once you discover, you reveal your solutions, you reveal your customer and market to your plans. You also need to add a statement, add an explanation of how your product or service can ease the pain. Pain means the problems there, okay? Solution, target for problems. So how your solution target for the problems? Logically, okay? Don't just make up the words. Make a logical statement, explanation. And then, who else are solving the problems? That means the competitors. Okay, if necessary, if appropriate, identify your competitors. Okay, if your business is only you create your own industry, you create a whole new industry that there's no one else playing the same areas as you did, then that's okay. But normally, your business, your social venture, may have someone else playing together. All you need is to address to the regional competitors. Okay, for global competitors, for example, if you have found that a similar competitor is the USA, but because your target is China and Hong Kong, you don't need to take care about USA market, then it's okay. Okay, but you can reference on them if necessary. So who else are solving the problems? Who are your competitors, complementators, or partners? For example, who else in solving the problems? Say microfinance. Okay, a lot of people are creating a lot of microfinance institutions. You can also do that, but you can do it in different way. Okay, so you can do a better microfinance in China if you have that resources to do that. You know, and someone else in USA. You know, microfinance, this topic has started since 1978. Many years ago, have microfinance institution by Mohammed Yunus. But, okay, recent years, since a few years ago, okay, someone else in USA, they prolong the microfinance into a global business by making an enterprise called Kiva, K-I-V-A. Okay, Kiva is a microfinance institution that try to help you. Kiva.org. This is an online microfinance platform that help you to connect people in demand for money and supply for the money. Okay. Traditionally, in Bangladesh, when you are operating a microfinance, you only care about the Bangladesh demand for money and also supply for money from Bangladesh too. But through internet, you can, if you are in Hong Kong and if you find a Mexican microfinance institution interesting, and you can find some profiles that some micro entrepreneurs are working. They will present you a video and business plan that they want to start a business on that and that. And all they need is only $200 US. Okay, very small amount of money. And then you are working in Hong Kong. You are rich or not rich, but you can afford to pay $200 US for them to save them. So you just pull Kiva and then you can pay them the money, and then also monitor their progress. So Kiva is working as a middleman to do that. It's quite very successful in leveraging on the microfinance industry, but improving that into a global aspect. Of course, there's some arguments that Kiva is not very transparent in money transfer. They are not very good in financial reporting, so a lot of criticism. But at least the concept itself is innovating. It's innovating because using technology and also you are helping the underprivileged to use the resources effectively. So, if you are doing the similar things, you can, but you should know who are doing the same things and how. So, assuming you are the Kiva founders, when you are working on this company, you will find that, a lot of people are doing microfinance. Okay, so you are not competing, but you are building up a new platform to help developing the whole microfinance industry. So that's a smart move than imitating a social ventures. And besides, who are your competitors and partners? You also need to identify who are they and what can you do better than they, because you can compete with anyone, but making sure you have a better logistic, you have a better process, you have a better cost and solutions to do the business than themselves. Okay, the last three things, social impact. Okay, social impact is the outcomes in the theory of change. Okay, we put it here because you need to tell people what is your ultimate desired social change. Explain what social change is your final goal based on your vision and the theory of change, and what the outcomes derived from your planned activities. And for example, the outcomes maybe phase your outcomes into a quarterly manner, how you can improve the health care, maybe how you can get less drug addicts on the street, how this outcome contribute to the ultimate goal, and how components outcome would directly or indirectly related to the social change, and how do you measure that? Okay, measurement is quite difficult in this moment to have an intangible metrics to develop the outcomes, but you may try to use outputs and outcomes together to describe how much level of improvement that you have achieved through the outcomes. Okay. Of course, if you have read all the SROI approach, the 108 pages of how to measure social return on investment, you can derive that. But I don't recommend you to do that in the summary stage because it's too time consuming and it's quite not worth to spend a lot of time to do that. But if you can be qualified in the semi-finalists, I think you can also go back to here and see how you can develop the social impact assessment. And then the team is also important. It's easy to understand because every team has different team members and different talents. But remember, it's very important because some of you are still a student, undergraduates or master students. Okay, you may have experience, working experience or not. So how can you justify to become a member of a social enterprise in the future? Okay, some judges may challenge you that, how can you have that caliber, that qualification to become that social entrepreneurs? So I think the best way is if you develop a solution, a social solution for your business idea, you treat yourself as the CEO or entrepreneurs that I will build up the business. I will build up this business, social business with our teams. So your teams may not necessarily to be fit into different posts of the company. You know what I mean? Like for example, if you don't really have a financial teammates, like accountants or financial managers, or you don't pretend to become a financial manager. You can just say, okay, we will get some financial guys to help. Okay. If you don't have technology guys, don't worry. You will find some advisor or future teammates to help. Okay, because we are talking about the future, so we don't necessarily to have the people on hand at this moment. But the most important part is you need to spare that position. If that position is very critical and important in your business idea. Because if you don't estimate that human resources in your plan, then you are not very well prepared and well planned for your social ventures. So it all depends on your team's talents, okay? Because you form a team to compete first. That team may not be the most best teams to qualify for implementing the venture. So, but you are writing a plan to pitch the judges that I can lead the teams in the future because I know this company need these talents and this talent and this talent, and some of them have been contacted, some of them have not, but I know how to do that. That's very important, okay? So, besides just mentioning your personal profile, actually you don't need to do a very brief introduction of every one of your bibliography, okay? Because it wastes the pages for a summary, okay? Don't spend too much time, because in the cover page you have your own name on the cover page. But if you really want to address different teammates to different teams' role and tell people how they interact in the team, okay, just do it. But get it within half a page or a lot more than one page, okay? One page is very passionate, valuable. You only have 5-page length. So if you spend one page in team, you spend a page, okay? But actually you have a lot of story to tell here, solution. You have a lot more story to tell in theory change and market and customer, okay? I doubt you have time to do the team. But why I want to also include this team in the social elements, because some judges, most of the judges, they think people are important. People are important elements inside a plan. Yeah, it's true. But the problem is, you may not have the best people now, because it's a competition, okay? We are a competition. We look for future. And you're a student. So we need to understand, okay? If you can address the right people, put a space that you will get that people on the vacancy later, then you will be fine. You need to make a reservation of the best people in your plan, but may not be your existing teammates on hand. So hope you get my meaning and know how to play this team composition. The last is financial summaries.